It's very important that you may overcome in every aspect of life to understand that you were made, that you were designed to seek first your comfort and your survival, your self-preservation. In other words, within ourselves, there is a program, we can put this way, that is in search of survival. For example, why do human beings are afraid of heights? When you are by the edge of a high building, of a bridge, and you look down, you feel some sort of fear, your heart is racing, your legs are shaking. Why? Because your body is saying, get out of here, you are at risk. Everything in us work for our self-preservation, for our survival. This is a mechanism that is inserted in us. Fear, the good one, this good fear is something that helps us to be alive, to remain alive, to avoid danger, to avoid evil. This is within us. Now, the same fear that helps me to avoid evil and danger is the same fear that blocks me on doing something that is challenging, coming out of my comfort zone. So within ourselves there is a friend, let's put it this way, and also an enemy. A friend that preserves us, a side of us that preserves us, and another side that holds us back, that impedes us from moving ahead. So we were designed like this, for a good reason. Well, what to do with this information? What do we need to do and know about this? Apostle Paul, speaking about this in a different way, said like this: for the good that I would to do, I do not do, but the evil I will not to do, that I practice. So he was speaking of this inner fight. The one side of his wanted to do what was good, and the other side what was evil. And many times he would end up doing the evil that he didn't want to do. It was like he was a war against himself. And this daily war against yourself happens to you, happens to me. Every day we are fighting this war. And the main challenges of this fight is for you to understand that you have feelings of fear, of dread, of doubt, thoughts of anxiety. You have feelings of inability, that you will not be able to do it, it's too hard for you, that you're not feeling like on doing it. So these feelings of discouragement and lack of spirit, this is a reality that most of the time works to keep us on that, let's say, comfortable situation, which is not comfortable, is a discomfort. But we end up getting used with it because we adapt easily. We are a type of being that adapt even to pain and suffering. Yes, you can get used with your pain. You can get used with misery, poverty, with a bad marriage. You can get used with an addiction. You can get used on not sleeping well at night. You can get used with anything in life. Human beings are very adaptable. And you end up accepting a problem as if it was right. But one very important thing that you must understand about yourself is that if you keep on waiting to feel, to do something good, to feel like doing something, energy to come out of the bed in the morning, to do some sort of exercise that your doctor prescribed you, to start the business, the project that you have in mind, that until today is just on the paper, that you said that in January you will begin, is 1 week already ahead of January, and you didn't give one step towards it. If you're waiting to feel something, to do what is right, most probably you will never get to that day. Because feelings, by the nature that I just mentioned, the nature of self-preservation, of survival, our feelings usually will be feelings that will lead us to be in the position where we are. You always will be taken by your feelings to remain where you are. For you to not take risks, for you to not be in discomfort. So you're never gonna feel ready to start a business. You're never gonna feel like standing up, wake up and go to the gym. You're never gonna feel like sitting down and having that hard talk with your wife or husband. You're not gonna feel like on doing that, because this feeling will be quite the contrary. You're gonna feel afraid, you're gonna have that feeling like don't go, you are tired, stay a little bit longer in bed. If you go to talk with your wife about this, there'll be a fight. It's better to keep things the way they are. It's bad, but at least you're not fighting. No, you won't be able to invest on this business and make it right. You're gonna lose money. It's better to save the little you have. It's little, but it's guaranteed. You always have these feelings within yourself. You will never gonna feel ready with spirit, with will to do those things that you must do to change your life. And there's more. You must understand that nobody is coming to help you. Nobody is coming at your rescue. Nobody is coming to say, look, your great day has come. I chose you to make you a better person, a rich person, to give you a job opportunity, to move you from where you live into a better place. Nobody's coming at your rescue. Superheroes with red capes or blue capes do not exist, flying through the sky, coming to rescue. They do not exist. If you're going to come out of the situation where you are, you yourself need to give the first step. You need to stop being subject of your feelings, a slave of your feelings, and to become a lord of these feelings. This is what you must do. Start understanding that you can be the lord of your feelings. We cannot choose what we feel. The feelings, they are rooted in us because of so many circumstances, situations that we've been through in life. But the great divine wisdom is that you may understand that even though you don't choose your feelings, you can choose what to do in their regard. So you may not feel like coming out of bed when the alarm rings, but you can decide, I'm gonna stand up. It doesn't matter what you feel. If the bed is warm, cozy, if it's cold outside, if you're tired, it doesn't matter. You're gonna stand up, wake up, that's it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. You can decide that. You can decide to not spend one more night with your back to your wife or your husband, to not spend one more day in bad terms with the person who you love. You can decide that. You can decide now to take a phone and call the person that you love and say, look, I want to say sorry. I want to say that I love you. And it's very silly what we're doing, what I am doing. And I want everything to be all right with us. And we're going to start from scratch from now on. You can make this decision now. Will you feel hard to do it because you are proud, you're gonna get hurt, because the other one got it wrong as well? Yes, you will feel that, but it doesn't matter what you feel, because most of times what you feel holds you back, is against you. What you feel keeps you where you are. And if what you're feeling is bad, you're never gonna change as long as you're a slave of your feelings. Even though you have feelings, do what you must do. Call the person. You can decide to speak to them without fighting, without raising your voice. You can do that. You can ask for forgiveness, but for me, it's so hard to ask for forgiveness. Do it, even though it's hard for you. Do it. What matters is that it's something sincere, it's true. Even though you're not feeling like on doing it, I hurt that person, so I'm going to ask for forgiveness. I will say sorry. You can start today what you promised last year that you will begin this year. It doesn't matter how small the step is. What matters is give the first step. Take this action. Do not live by what you feel. Good and evil are within you, but it's you who choose what you're going to do. And when you combine this choice with the Spirit of God, then you have someone to help you. You know that you are not alone, depending only on your will, on your decision. You are making a decision combined with the one who is above all and everything, including your feelings. Be the Lord of them. Do not be a slave of them, because feelings are terrible lords.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.